Hey guys, so today is reading day for our virtual spirit week, and I wanted to honor reading day a little bit and also to check in with you guys and connect some dots if I can. So I promise I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. I'd appreciate if you watch till the end. There's a little surprise, maybe a little surprise if you watch till the end. But this is not a mandatory update. This is just a check in for reading day and in general. So my message this morning, my morning update was about trying to find positivity and trying to keep those things that we had before the outbreak. I know for me, I've been struggling a lot trying to establish a new sense of routine, trying to ignore the phone that keeps, you probably just heard the email, the phone that keeps going off and buzzing in my ear as much as I can because it's so distracting to the work environment, things that we want to do, to kind of keep that distance of personal life and school life. But I also think it's important not to stress ourselves out. And I touched on that in the last video. I touched on that in the morning update. And the reason I brought up keeping semblances of your old routine are because I found myself that I'm not doing, or I haven't been doing, things that made me happy, or outlets I had before this whole quarantine situation. One of those things is writing, so I haven't been writing much, and I decided to get back into writing. And in the spirit of reading day, I figured I'd read something to you guys. So a few weeks ago, it actually happened about 2 weeks before this quarantine, I told myself that I want to write a book. It's been something I've wanted to do forever, ever since I was a little kid. But I told myself I'd give myself about 6 months, and hopefully by September, I'd give myself my birthday as a kind of like deadline for a first draft. Hopefully by September, I'd have a book done or a draft of something done that I could call a book. And then the quarantine hit, and it became, how do we teach from home, and how do we quarantine, and do we have enough groceries, or do we have enough toilet paper, or crazy things like that. And I lost that knack for writing. I lost that itch where every day when I got home, even some nights I'd go to bed and it would keep me up, and I just want to write, write, write. I lost it. And I was thinking about it yesterday because it was a rough Monday, even with all of your positive words in the jar of positivity. It was still a rough day for me. I talked to some other teachers. I think it was just a rough Monday for a lot of people. So I was like, I'm going to go back to writing. I'm going to find this happiness that I've lost or kind of let slip to the side under all the stress. And I went back to it, and I was looking through, and I decided when I found out it was reading day, about what I've got here. It's only about 19 pages, so it's not a book yet, but it's something. I decided to read to you a little bit of my own writing, as a way to check off reading day. If you don't want to read today and you just want to watch this, that works too, because you're at least engaging with the concept. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, about, I don't know, a few pages in. And I'm going to try to find something to read. I had a few ideas, but I'm going to go with this. So, and you'll meet her, but this is an excerpt from the story where I'm talking about getting a kitten. So a lot of my book is pulled from real events and my real life. So, what's her name? You may be wondering. There's a story behind that. With me, you'll soon learn there's a story for nearly everything. A little bit of background, and something you, my dear Maddie, will definitely hear more about, is the fact that Jake and I love to fish. We go fishing every chance we get. Rain or shine, hot or cold, in a boat or on the ice. As long as we have lines in the water, we're happy campers. Literally. We go camping all summer, and nothing makes us happier than a quiet lake with fish that are eager to bite. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. You're still wondering about the kitten's name. Phish. We found her on November 1st, 2019. Dear Maddie, I think you would have loved that day. It was late fall and absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures in the 60s. Skies blue, sun shining bright. It was a Saturday, and I spent my morning trapped indoors, working my part-time job as a bank teller. I was itching to get outside and enjoy one of the final nice days. It was doubtful that any fish would bite, but I messaged Jake anyways and suggested we go fishing at my grandfather's pond. Earlier in the summer, we discovered that the bass in Grandpa's pond were suckers for anything shiny and gold. We lured them in with gold spinners, deceiving them with our bait, catching them with joy. I figured this spot was our best bet. The fish were probably slowing down in anticipation of winter, but if we could trick anything into biting, it would probably come from this spot. The fish in the pond behind our apartment were too old and wise. The trout across the border, too overfished and smart to our tricks. Grandpa's it was. The perk was getting to see my parents, who lived just down the road. Long story short, after nearly 2 hours enjoying the sunshine, we still had no fish on land. My mother had joined us, so I walked home with her, chatting about life as Jake slowly drove the car behind us. We saw my father pull in the driveway just as it came into sight, so we quickened our pace and met him outside, standing in the sunshine as we continued to talk about current events and life in our new apartment. That's when Phish was spotted. There she sat, perched on the top step of the porch, the crooked little white snippet of fur on her face making her stand out. Cute and proud. She was adorable, and my innocent little girl antics soon overpowered my grown woman composure. Soon I was following her around the yard, trying to catch up to her quick, evasive maneuvers. She wanted nothing to do with me, yet I had an advantage. I knew where my mom kept the cat food. I went up the opposite side of the porch and carefully opened the door, scooping some food into an outdoor food dish. Phish, as a stray and hungry little kitten, could not resist the temptation and was soon hovering over the dish. She was wary of the fact that I was standing behind it, but her desire for food overpowered her caution. As soon as she was distracted, I made my move, snatching her up and holding her tight, despite the little teeth that were biting into my flesh. I stood up with her cuddled to my chest, and that's when the puppy dog eyes began. We know how that ended. On the way home, I held her close as Jake drove, her body still tense yet snug against my chest. We were discussing names when I suggested Phish. After all, we went fishing and caught no bass, but we did catch her. Jake laughed, but when I persisted, he realized that my mind was set. I thought it was cute, funny, and fitting. Originally, I was spelling fish with an F, but Jake insisted that we at least make the name a little cool with a PH or something. And there we have it. Phish. The nervous little bundle took about a day and a half to settle in, and now she's our stand-in dog / parrot cat / purring motorboat train wreck that destroys the house while we're gone, but looks too cute to truly stay mad at once we get home. And that's just a little bit of writing. It's not too much, but it's something to engage you with my work and reading day. I'm going to be doing more than that reading today. Hopefully you will too. But I thought it was a fun chapter, something fun, like a cute little story I have about getting the kitten. And also, that's my quarantine buddy, that little kitten. So I'm going to try to find her and show her to you guys. And that's going to be my little surprise for the end of this video. So we've checked off reading day. We've checked off an update and checking in and our face-to-face communication, trying to, keep some contact with you guys outside of computer screen. So I'll get her and then I will let you guys go for your Tuesday. So let's see if I can find her. I'll be right back. And she was sitting on the couch behind the laptop this whole time, and I didn't realize it. So, this is my little devil child. Parrot cat. She loves sitting on our shoulders as we're walking around. We could get something out of the fridge, we could do dishes, anything, and she'll just sit on our shoulder. But she's very chill. And she's my quarantine buddy, so hopefully you guys have a quarantine buddy. She does not want to be here right now. Okay, so bye to Phish. Hopefully you guys have a quarantine buddy or someone or something hanging in there with you during all of this. If you ever need to chat or reach out, just let me know. But keep hanging in there, guys. You're a full weekend. We're going to get through this together and be stronger. So, we'll see ya.